Hey guys, we are back with some more Shadow Dragon event no item runs, and in this one we are looking at the EIS Shenron fight. So, EIS Shenron fight, nice little one phaser, not a three phaser like the last Sin Shenron fight. This one, I do believe, it's like EIS is just like, I forget like if he has a gimmick. It just kind of feels like one of those raw stat fights, and I could be wrong on that. He does have a lock. I believe that is where the difficulty comes from, and you guys can see right away that is like going to be the issue, right? He has a lock, and that is where the difficulty comes from. Like I said, I kind of repeated myself there, but I just had to kind of figure this one out again because I recorded this one a couple days ago, but we are just doing the commentary for it now. This one, I don't recall. I don't believe it's going to be harder than Sin or Nova or anything like that, but a lock is, as you guys know, akin to what it is in Legends, is one of the most annoying things that your opponent can do. As, you know, the whole gameplay loop of Dokkan kind of revolves around you with putting units in the right spot, and when the enemy takes away the ability to put them in the right spot, things can get tricky. So what we are doing in today's run is looking at a Power of Wishes, and I always forget what the, I'm sorry if you can hear my cup here, but like what the second category, it's like, so Power of Wishes is obviously one of the categories for this LR, the Goku and Vegeta, like obviously the one we're looking at here. But let me pull it up just so I'm pretty sure it's Battle of Fate. I always mix this up, so apologies in advance. But what, like with this team right here, let us see. Let me just pull it up so I know, and I don't want to misinform you guys. Fate induced, yeah, exactly. So what we're running is a Battle of Fate slash Power of Wishes team, and with that we have kind of an interesting setup because we're running a little bit more physical units than I'm used to. But what we have is the LR, both the 8-year LRs on this team. So usually I'm not a fan of running any more than 2 of these at a time, and in this case we have 3. So it's like defensively we need to get right really quick. So what we need is to get the stacking going on the Buu Saga LR. We need to get the stacking on the Super Saiyan 4s from the 7-year. We need to get the stacking with Trunks of Vegeta. We need to get the stacking with Gohan. So it's just a lot of stacking on this team. But it's like, like in the last video, if you guys watched it, for Sin Shenron, what I talked about was a feeling comfortable and at home. You feel comfortable when you have the LR, the 8-year LR Goku and Vegeta from GT. Their revive in your back pocket can't go understated with how important that is, because you just know like you're going to be getting, it's like a free Senzu bean, and it's also like a nuke on the enemy as well. So that's really important, and we are just floating. What we want to do is have, so my game plan is a slot 1 tank with a GT duo. So my plan is right here we have this GT duo with Trunks and Vegeta, and then on the other side of things we would want to have LR Piccolo with the GT duo. So that's kind of the idea. And right here we get lit up. Like this hurts for sure. Yeah, 300k, like this is what I'm talking about with the importance of that revival, right? Because like right here we're already like, whew, we are on low HP. Like we got jacked up this turn. Like you'd be thinking we're done, right? But no. Far be it for me to say, but the LR, the standbys, and the 8, I keep saying 7, I don't know why, my mind is just so conditioned to that, but the 8-year LR, this Goku and Vegeta, they pull out the revive. Now it would have been nice, I believe the rainbow one is the one, or the 55% mine is the one that gets the revive, so we get a little bit less damage towards ice, but that's okay. Not too worried about that, like how much damage we're doing. It's just the revive utility. That defensive utility, it just can't be understated how important that is. That's why LR Piccolo is so good. The defensive utility, when you have a gimmick like that, it is just really hard for the enemy to work around that, because they can't do anything. They can't nullify or revive. Like they can get rid of your dodge. They can, you know, it's crazy to see, but like you guys will get what I'm talking about. Like just that revival is so important, because we know that we have like a get out of jail free card. And that is so important in this game. Get out of jail free cards are like just essential to getting to winning in this, right? So you guys will see. So I guess we could talk about the team build while you're watching this. But LR Gohan, you guys know why we have him on the team. Guard, stacking. Unfortunately, we cannot get the mega attack stat or like from the Super Saiyan 2 portion. But here's the game plan right here, right? We are going to get the standby with Goku and Vegeta, put them in slot 1 so they can't take any damage, and then put the LR GT duo in slot 2 so that way we don't take any damage from them, or we do take damage, but after they get their attack in. So that's kind of the idea, right? We want to have as much, we want to get as much damage in as possible before we get the revive off, right? Now, I could have like fused into Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta and done his active skill because we have no HP, but I felt that it was just unnecessary. Maybe I should have, looking back, but I was like, you know what? I think we're going to have a lot of turns left. Let's try and get some more stacking in. And then right here, we're just doing this to get the revive going. We know he's going to take 300, 400k from the normal, so we know that this is going to be a revive proc, right? And if we somehow make it out of this turn by some miracle, not in a good way, we'll just do it with the other GT duo, right? So it's like, either way, we're safe right now, and we know that because we have a guaranteed revive. That's why it's so important, right? We talk about the value of LR Master Roshi during the 6th year and kind of going forward. His revive is just so free that it's always going to be valuable in some way, shape, or form, right? Obviously, he can age out. I'm not saying he's like amazing or anything like that anymore, but that was one of those units that we knew was going to age pretty well because he's always going to have that revive condition. And now the problem is when they do like these units that EZA right away is that he's never going to be any better, allegedly. So it does kind of get a little bit tricky, but with that being said, I think we managed to heal back up to the point where that super didn't kill us, because if we hadn't gotten any same type orbs, that super would have taken us out. So right here, this was just like, really it wasn't worth it. Like, obviously we needed to do that, but like doing all that mind game was just 1,000,000 damage. So I guess at the end of the day, it really wasn't worth it, but it's this right here. This is what we were getting the damage in for. We just wanted to get in as much as possible aside from the Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta active, which looking back, I probably should have done that on this turn, but what do I always say in my videos? You're seeing it, so it must have worked out. So here we go. We're getting the revive with GT Goku right here. GT Goku and Vegeta, rather. I'm not going to call them the 7-year LR. I got it. Doing the Universal Spirit Bomb. Goku saying thank you to everybody. Let's go ahead and throw this thing. Sheesh, here we go. Okay, now. I don't remember how much this does. Yeah, 3 million. That's like nothing. Okay, so now we have almost the perfect setup. We have, I think what I would want to do, I don't remember. Do I just do like an uber defensive rotation? I do. Okay, so we just keep Trunks and Vegeta with Piccolo, and we just float the other GT duo off. And I was like, you know what? Forget about it. Let's just move them on. And because Trunks and Vegeta got locked, it kind of messed up my game plan a little bit. But Trunks and Vegeta, or GT Goku and Vegeta are hitting very hard right here. Like, I'm pretty sure they rip off like a 12 million attack stat. So they are doing quite a bit of damage. And at this point, it's just like, we've almost got our units to where we want them to be, and we can kind of just take it easy and get through with this. But what we are relying on is Trunks and Vegeta to build up enough to the point where if they do get locked in slot 2 like this, it won't be a deal breaker, because they do lose that guard after 5 turns. So it's like, what we want is for them to stack up. We want them to fully build up with the hits that they're taking. So it's like, as long as we get all that going, we should be good to go. So right here, we're going in, boom, bam, bop. Just kind of let this play out. Yeah, we still have the guard and we're building up our defense. So now, in terms of taking hits, they're fully built up. So now all we have left to do is stack. So 12.7 mil right there from the GT duo. Very impressive. These guys at 100% are phenomenal. I can't wait for them to return during the 9-year anniversary when you can actually summon for them. Obviously, I'm not going to be summoning for those guys on the Tanabata banner. They would be a phenomenal coin pickup if you have not coined LR Piccolo already. But I would say just coin LR Piccolo, right? I just feel like superhero Orange Piccolo is way more exciting than GT Goku and Vegeta, despite how good they are. I think we save the Spirit Bomb right here because there's really just no point in using it. But I am a little bit nervous for Gohan, but we have to do this because the 55% Goku and Vegeta are just going to take way too much in slot 1. So, like I said, we were just hoping that Gohan had the guard in double digits, and he did just that. Now we're doing 6 million. He's doing his thing. He's stacking up. Super isn't going to take us out, so that's really good. Boom, get that free damage in, get another attack. Obviously, Goku and Vegeta can't attack, but they are going to tank anything that's thrown at them. And now, you guys can see the difference. I mean, 8.2 mil at 55% is still very, very impressive. So we'll take that for sure. So here we go. Boom. It doesn't really, this is just kind of like free damage right here. And then we're really just focused on the next turn being like when we get a lot in, because then we're going to have, I believe it's this turn or the next one, we have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We probably use his active skill in the next turn. So we're looking really good at this point. Impressive stuff right here from 55% LR right here. They're just doing decent attack, decent defense. They built up more than enough at this point, so I'm feeling pretty confident. If they take a super, it's not going to be at the end of the world. Would not do 700k. So nothing much to worry about at this point. Trunks and Vegeta, this is why we want. This is what I was talking about when I said they need to be fully built up. So, do we do Orange Piccolo right here? Honestly, I'm not sure if we do. So we do have Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta. We get his active skill in. Just get that free damage, right? Like, this is going to be beefy. Yeah, so 7.4 right there. That is pretty good. Orange Piccolo, we're type disadvantage. Is it even worth it? Do you do it? You do it. Okay, so that is going to slow this run down to a bit of a crawl. But it's all good. We're just getting the free damage in. I think I also wanted to kind of reset the key field a little bit because we just knew we'd, like, there just wasn't very good orbs on the field. And like I said, Trunks and Vegeta being locked in slot 3 like that, they would not have their guard, and a super attack probably would have taken them out. So we did have to play a little bit on the safe side, and that's what we ended up doing. Getting rid of the enemy super is massive, as now there's just no chance it can happen, and Trunks and Vegeta can't take like this fluky amount of damage that ends up taking us out. So that is kind of how we work around that. But, you know, this really just comes down to a team being like just kind of out-muscling our opponent, using all the high offensive numbers, all the high defensive numbers, and just taking care of business, right? Like, we really are just kind of doing our thing here with this team. Just all of the newer units in the game, just kind of going at it at one time. Not a lot of old stuff here, no sneaky plays, no attack lowering utility, all just kind of like the best units in the game on one team, going to town on our boy EIS SHENRON, but doing a decent amount of damage at the same time, because EIS is not a pushover. These fights are easier because of the teams that we have and the lack of like things that EIS does not take away. Like, you think about Broly, taking away dodge is just so huge, but we also have units like Guy Goku who just tank everything in there. So it's like it's a double-edged sword, right? Like, you don't really have many units in the game that'll like become like gods against GT bosses or anything like that, right? So, you know, you kind of got to work around that a bit, right? You don't have any of these just like just get out of jail free tank units that are just like, oh, permanent 77% damage reduction, can't be hurt. But obviously with a team like this, you don't really have much to worry about. So we are just kind of like taking advantage, doing the world tour, a couple months late, albeit, but the world tour for LR Piccolo. Just finally got my copy, so it's really fun to just finally have this unit and, you know, see how good he really is. Obviously I knew how good he was, but now having him in the box and doing it like, you know, with your with your own copy, it is always just a good feeling, right? So now I believe how this turn plays out is Super Saiyan 4 Gogeta just takes care of business, because we have Power Awakened Piccolo still doing the damage, and then Gogeta, like, you know, say what you want about him, like, we're still missing Saiyan Roar, we're missing GT, but, you know, he's still going to be putting up, I think he puts up like an 8 million attack stat, then a 7 million or something like that, but he still puts in work, and it, like, especially with this new update where, yeah, so now what was funny about this actually is that he relocked Piccolo, and right here we have 3 damage. We're getting the not 24 key, but plenty of key right here, ready to go, and we would have had the Super Spirit Bomb on the next turn as well. But you guys can see here, you know, nothing to worry about. The super is taken away. We take a little bit of damage right here, but that's fine. Like, again, this isn't a good rotation for Piccolo, but 7 mil right here from Gogeta. We get the attack break. We get the additional super as well. He's going to put up right here. We do a crit, so sit for 6.5, but he's super effective already. It doesn't matter. We do a crit, and then another super for 5 mil. And if this does do a crit, then we are all out of here. So for a unit that is mostly additional based, he's doing a lot of crits, huh? Here we go. Boom. Does another one. 4.7. That was EIS SHENRON taken out. So Nova's up next. Don't forget to leave a like if you did enjoy. Subscribe if you are new. Leave a comment for the algorithm. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.